What's up, everybody? This video is going to be extremely short, as I did something that I typically don't like to do. You know how you go, I'll go somewhere to get something to eat, day one, and, it might not be that bad of an experience. So I say, you know what, we'll shoot for day two as well, just to kind of see what's what. And we opted to shoot for day two today. Returning back to the House of Wings that I went to yesterday, night and day experience. Very briefly, different worker this time. So, small disclaimer too. Someone else told me a lot of times when you do on a Uber Eats BOGO sort of a special, and this is real like fat and obese of me to be complaining about this. This is why I don't really do these things either. But usually when you do a BOGO special, they however you create one option, the other entree more so has to be the same. It can't be different, so on and so forth. How true that is, I don't know. I really don't do a lot of delivery or takeout or Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash. I really don't do a lot of that. It's probably one of the reasons as to why I don't. So anyhow, so I went in there, different worker, and I said, hey, yesterday I, through the app, was unable to do two different sauces. It's buy five boneless, get five boneless free. The worker yesterday put them in two separate containers, able to sauce them, that sort of a thing. So this worker was a little apprehensive, and he was just, and mind you, when I go into these places, I'm not one of those mean sticklers that's like, it's gotta be this, I'm so not that person. My beard is looking real choppy. I'm cutting my hair today, so excuse the, and I had this shirt on yesterday, but it's fine. I'm just cleaning up. Anyhow, so he explains that, we can't do that. And I was like, oh, but they did that yesterday. Was that just a courtesy? And he's like, well, if you order five with one sauce with the deal, it has to be five with the same sauce. Me personally, I think that's a little whack. If I order a 20 piece from another fast food place, if you have like two or three different sauces, I'm going to try, two or three different sauces, not that I can't do like all sweet and sour, but sometimes, you want to mix it up, especially with that many sauces. It's the beauty of, variety per se. So anyhow, so he was like, then everybody else is going to want to do it, so on and so forth. So I said, okay, how about we do this? Somebody said something about putting a sauce on the side. So I said, that's great. Let's do this. And it was a little bit of a language barrier. But I said, let's put five with like this peach sauce that they have, spicy peach or something. And let's do the other five with the lemon pepper. So he says, yeah, we could put it on the side. I said, okay, so sauce five and the other five, just put the sauce on the side. He says, okay. So I got, my food kind of quickly this time, and I'm like, usually, well, not usually, only been there once. But yesterday it took a little longer, and I kind of felt like, today I feel like it's a little bit more busier. So maybe these pieces are on standby. Maybe yesterday nobody really ordered like that. I'm unsure. But nonetheless, yesterday they gave me this small container with, the little five in here. Today I get a larger container, which, contains 10. Of the 10, none of these are sauced, which for some, this is fine. I'm thinking, once again, I'm going to get, and granted, maybe I should have asked, but I'm very, I'm not gonna say passive aggressive, but whatever. So this is the amount, and I'm trying to shake it so that it can kind of settle. Unfortunately, I feel like it's not, just based on the angle of this. But the sauce, so over here, it's looking like it's full. Over here, it's probably about, 2/3, maybe 3/4 full. Not too, if I bring my finger around there, on this side, it's stopping around here. I don't know if I could spin it, it may not show. Anyhow. Lemon pepper sauce. So I'm going to tell you right now. So here's the thing. This peach one, see, you see that emptiness right here. So, like I said, it's about 2/3 full, I would say. This lemon pepper, and I'm going to shake it. This side looks a lot more. Let me see if I can flip this around. so that you can see how much smaller. Look at that portion. How am I saucing 5 boneless pieces with this? This is like 50%, or do we want to say, a third? We'll give it, somewhere in between a third and 50%. A little disappointing. I could have asked for another one, but I know it would have been an issue. So similar to yesterday, one of the things that I forgot to mention was I did get the fried Oreos, and that they do also come with this little, looks like, powder, cocaine, but it's cocaine. It's powdered sugar or whatever, if you want to sprinkle it on. So I ended up stating like, hey, oh, one more thing. When he went to go do the order, I was like, oh, he's clearly annoyed with me. I promise you, I don't go into those places like that. People say that, but they be assholes. If this was filmed, you would see that this was more so not the case. Maybe I should have filmed it. But anyhow, when he came back, the reason why he came back after he went to go, start my order, the reason why he came back was because another person had come in to pick up their Uber Eats order. So with him coming back, at that point, I had my money out. So I got the fried Oreos. Online, it was like maybe $5.99 through the app. In person, it's $5 even. So I hand him $6. So, with the tax or whatever, I ended up getting back like 50 cents. I think it might have been like 5.34 actually, but whatever, 50 cents. He takes the 50 cents and he does what I hate for people to do, and that's put it on the counter. And I had to say, when I hand it to you, I've worked in retail, even just dealing with customers, payments. People don't realize that counter shit is the rudest fucking thing ever when it comes to retail etiquette, especially if a person hands you, don't slide it, don't drop it on the counter, don't plop it on the counter. If I hand it to you, hand it back to me. So I said to him, do me a favor. I said, next time I hand this to you, the way I handed it, hand it back to me. Because what I started to say was, cancel this whole order. But I'll let it be. It's just very weird that, two different experiences on some like night and day kind of a level. And I realized even yesterday, the review that I left, I didn't even go into the specifics and really sort of, like dissect the taste the way that I kind of should have. I think I just kind of went based on the experience. And you can't see when I go this. Now this is my finger flat. I mean, this is like even level. Look at it. What I'm gonna do with this? You see, and this is supposed to be lemon pepper. I'm not a lemon pepper connoisseur, so I don't know if it's supposed to be thicker, if this is the consistency. But we will try it, and I'm not trying to be petty. Nonetheless, I tell you what, the fried Oreos I don't mind, but just based on this past experience, and maybe I'm being petty because of the sauce thing, even though I'm really not. At least I don't feel I am. And I can spend my money where I want to, or anybody else's money where I want to. But yeah, I won't be going back. Once again, the sauce is nothing to write home about. Nothing special. It's weird that they offer all of these sauces, but like none of them really hit. I could have just, you can get like something from the grocery store, from a chain, and I feel like it would taste better than some of these. I sound negative. I don't want people to think I'm negative based on yesterday, but let's see. And with the peach one, I should have, and I hate this too because I prefer for my whole thing to be dipped in sauce instead of me having to dip it. So this is just with the dipping. So you can see this part is dry because my finger can only go but so far. So when we try this one, it's sweet. You definitely taste the like hint of peach in it. Nothing special. It's like an artificial sort of a hint of peach. I do think it could be missing something. Something else can make this sauce a lot better. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably go with that one as opposed to the other. And one could say, hey, all you got to do is get a bowl and shake them shits up, so on and so forth. I hear you, but once again, if I got a bowl and I'm shaking, what are we doing? Go with your gut. I hate the fact that I didn't go get my stuff from the grocery store to make a salad. It was raining all day. Even though I said, okay, let me just put something in my stomach and I'll go get my grocery store items, my salad items from the grocery store for the week. I'll go get them soon. It's just crazy what difference a day can make, the customer service could make. I don't know the names of the individual. I know the one guy yesterday, he did have like a longer sort of a fade. I don't think they're Middle Eastern. I think probably some kind of maybe Indian, and I'm not bashing Indian people. This other one, he had more of a short, his hair, based on Indian standards, I guess, it wasn't like, like where he could comb over like that. It was more like he would do this, like it just grew like that. A little darker than the one from yesterday. Probably a little thicker than the one from yesterday, maybe a little older than the one from yesterday. Demon on how people say you ain't supposed to judge the looks, maybe not as, if they had to go for a catalog or a photo shoot, the one from yesterday would get the job as opposed to the one today. And it's not like shading him because of the negative experience, but damn, what a difference a day can make, yeah, I go eat my bland pieces of chicken per se. Hopefully the fried Oreos are, kind of, let me look at these while I'm at it. Lord knows. Heaven only knows. All right. And these are probably okay because there's not much that they have to do with these, but I digress. I'll go now. Sadly, I had to leave this not so positive review. Yeah. Yeah. House of Wings.